Hello and welcome back to another live stream. I happen to be up at 11:30 and figured, why not? Why not have a little bit of a continuation of my adventures in BloodRayne 2 Terminal Cut? And so far, so good. It's going okay. I think I'm going to try and approach this a little bit like I would uh, playing the original
Very
Tomb Raider.
creative, Rain.
Yeah, well, I try.
We're picking up heavy activity over at an old meatpacking plant called Ray's Meats.
Sounds delicious.
Just get over there and see what you can find out.
Rubbish checkpoint as ever. Or actually, this is a terrible checkpoint compared to where I was. But anyway, yeah, I reckon the constant sort of strafing around enemies that I'm locked onto might be the way forward. So if I was to, they've reset my button positions as well.
Pick a limb, any limb.
If I was to lock on and jump around people like that, that's probably a better way of, especially in the boss fights, not getting hit. He says getting hit. So we shall see. We shall see if that works.
Scared yet? Oh, me too.
There we go. Yeah, they really have reset everything. That's really annoying. Why didn't it save my button preferences? Okay, I'm gonna have to go in and change camera controls. Gamepad, yep. Camera reversed on the vertical. And then controls, I had switched target lock to B5, and therefore cycle target is now B7. There we go. I think that's everything. Why didn't it save that? How strange. How strange. Good evening, Willem Dafoe's Fruitcake. It has been a while, my friend. Hello. Good to see you. And if I haven't already said it to you, Happy New Year. It's been an interesting start to the year, that's for sure. There we go, just had my cable caught on a ruler there. Right, so from here, I go this way. No! Made all that progress only to fall back into the alley. Ah. Oh no. There we go. And then I cannot quite remember where I'm going. I think I'm just a little bit put off by the fact that I'm having to start from all the way back here again. Oh, that's right. I'm going up here.
She still must be close. Hey, what happened to the other guys?
They were beat, knocked off early.
Speaking of beat. Yes, blood. Blood. And you, I'm hoping the best for you and your loved ones. Thank you. Thank you. Although we're off to a bit of a rough start, I have to say. Our poor dog, a couple of days ago, was diagnosed with dementia. And this explains an awful lot of his behaviour of late. In particular, he's become essentially nocturnal. So I've been staying up until like 4 o'clock in the morning, keeping an eye on him so he doesn't hurt himself or, you know, find his way into the cleaning supplies or something. Yes, look at that. Again, slow-mo, very much of its time, Max Payne and Matrix, all that kind of thing. Brilliant.
Careful in there, Rain. That old building is about to fall apart.
You know, it's an old dog, and we knew something was wrong with him for a while, but this is particularly heartbreaking because he doesn't seem to he gets very confused now.
Damn, I'm a couple
And
of quarts low.
I wouldn't mind that if he was happy, but he doesn't appear to be happy when he's confused. He gets very anxious. He shivers and yeah, hides as well. Well, I think I vaguely knew it was a possibility. I think I had heard that a dog I was very fond of before I moved to uni, who we used to sort of dog sit for, had got dementia, and I think she went blind as well. She was a standard poodle, which is standard poodles are interesting dogs. They're not what you think of as being a poodle. You know, they're quite big poodles. They don't know what they look like. You know, and she was a lovely dog. She was a real pleasure to look after and to be with, and to know that she in her latter days didn't really recognise her owner was a bit disheartening. And I kind of don't want to have to go through that with Indy, but obviously there's no choice. It's not like we're going to have him put down if he's otherwise healthy. And the thing is, this won't affect his lifespan. It just means that we're going to have to be very, very patient with
You're a
him.
keeper, ain't you?
You know. Oh!
Feeding time.
If at first you don't succeed, try again, apparently. There we go. Yeah, it's going to have to be patient with him, especially when it comes to,
Cast it out and reel him in.
you know, weeing in random places, or sometimes displaying as though he's scared of something that we can't see, because he may even be hallucinating.
Looks
as
like
well.
an entrance to Ray's Meats. There's
Anyway.
a truckload of idiots screwing around with an old garbage truck crusher. It looks like it's blocking the entrance.
Well, you're going to have to find a way to get past it.
Yeah, don't want to dwell on the grim. Ah, the bullet killed me. We try from that checkpoint.
No more sneaking
Okay.
around. We're going public.
Which is just here. Okay.
Careful in there, Rain. That old building is about to fall apart.
Here's another one. Come on,
Come on, grab him. Get over here. Oh no, they're gonna kill me again. That's irritating. I did not appreciate that. I'm looking forward to fighting
Careful in there,
proper
Rain.
full-on
That old
demons.
building is about to fall apart.
Here's another one. Come on, slackers. Kestrels say we miss even one of these blood sacks and it's our asses.
Come on, I want some blood. There we go. Is he dead? He's not getting up again? There we go. Yay! Blood. Aside from that, things are okay actually. Yeah, we've been doing lots of tidying and sorting in the house. There's lots of stuff that we've wanted to do for years and just haven't. You know, you just keep on putting it off. Whereas actually, a friend of ours, our bubble friend, has really got into. She's been watching loads of sorting, YouTube sorting channels. And we sort of caught the bug, and it's basically every single room in the house is just massively improved now, which is wonderful. It feels great to have less clutter, more space for example, appreciating games and collectible, books and things that I want to read, and to know where things are. Just by being a bit more organised.
Damn,
So.
I'm a couple of quarts low.
Right. Ah.
I'm in love.
Oh no. There's no music. Did they forget to load the music in this time? There we go. At some point, I'll have to. I may well do. I may well do a little video about some of the changes that we've made, because there were small things, a little bit like the video I did a while ago. inviting you to consider what do you need, you know, and then pursuing those things that will make your life easier
Sacks are getting hotter
and
than
better.
drink out here.
I think it's a
Careful,
similar
BloodRayne.
sort of
That
philosophy,
old
actually.
building is about to fall apart.
So, like, for example, underneath the desk here that I'm sat at playing BloodRayne on my PC, there was some wasted space. There was just some space roughly level with my knee that was what the lingo is dead space because it wasn't properly being used. And so I built a little plywood unit to go in that space, and it complements a unit that I had to the left of it quite well, and I've been able to really rationalize what goes down there. In fact, it was the perfect space to store the flight stick that I got for playing Squadrons. So just little things like that.
I'm in love.
You know, you don't have to spend a load of money.
We're playing for keeps here, sport.
Although we have spent a little bit of money. For example, one of the things we've done
Cool. Did you win the big pink bear?
is we installed a little series of coat hangers at the bottom of the stairs. Instead of having a hat stand in the living room, sort of dining room area, which was taking up a lot of space, and more space really than we knew it was taking up.
Looks like an entrance to Ray's Meats. There's a truckload of idiots screwing around with an old garbage truck crusher. It looks like it's blocking the entrance.
Well, you're going to have to find a way to get past it.
By putting coats at the bottom of the stairs, where we put, you know, stuff when we come in from a walk anyway, we reclaimed loads of space in the living room, and the space at the bottom of the stairs looks and feels great. So it's just stuff like that. Actually, having an arts and crafts area that we
Gotta
can
make a withdrawal from this bloodbath.
that we can keep sorted and know where materials are.
Yeah, kinda stings, huh?
Yes. Definitely need to tidy up my house. Looks like the set of Withnell and I. Yeah, in certain places we weren't far off. I mean, I tend to keep my office and my shed very organised. And again, to a certain extent, what we've done is we've sort of extended my shed sorting to the rest of the house. You know, it just makes life easier. It makes you feel happier about the stuff that you actually got in the house, as opposed to you never knowing where things are. And also, there's this weird thing whereby, and it's true, you sort of sometimes hear people say that if something has somewhere to go, it tends to want to go back to that place. Adam Savage talks about this in his sort of philosophy of organising a workshop, which I think he also applies to his house, and it's true. It's definitely true. And the other thing as well is when you're organising, if you're wondering where should I put this thing, the answer is put it in the first place that you would think about looking for it. So don't overthink it. Just think, where would I go to find this thing if I didn't know where it was? That's where you should put it. How many guys do we need to chuck into the rubbish truck? Ah. Oh, come on, that was rubbish. Up, go on, up. Yes. No? That didn't count?
Devil made me do it.
Ah. There you go, music though, finally, which is good. Also, being aware of how you think about space actually is really, really important. You know, do you like to see things, you know, the equivalent of like on a pegboard? Like, do you know where things are visually, or can you live with drawers? You know, or is there a middle ground? Can you have like boxes within drawers or this kind of thing? So basically, yeah, we've really got into sorting the house.
That's it. You can get to the main loading docks through the hallway. Watch your step.
I'll be seeing you real
there is
soon, friend.
there is an awful movie about this. I think there are 2 movies that were made about this: BloodRayne 1, or BloodRayne and BloodRayne 2, and they're terrible.
Well, that's a wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I think you might want...
Bad, pretty. Would have been a pretty
More
mess
damn
someday.
peers.
Yeah? Hold that thought. This mess is just getting started.
You talk big. You want to talk big to my boys? I'll just watch.
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have. Damn, I'm a couple of clicks low.
No, 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 I'm not. I am absolutely not. Ah, they are. They're going to beat me. Grrr. I'm meant to be a badass vampire type, you know? Right, skip.
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have. Yeah, I can go all night now.
Oh, did it just max out some meters?
And I thought somebody was gonna lose an eye.
It'd be great if they explained what that mechanic was that I just activated. Blood rage.
I got a million.
Open, man! Just what the doctor ordered.
Fly, be free.
Oh, I was kicking midair.
I'm not finished.
I
with you
love
yet.
all these incidental impalings. Look at that on a forklift truck. Grim. Grim.
What else you got? Why don't you come down here and try some yourself?
Want to, but too much else to do.
This is true. Anytime there
Rain,
is
don't
something
go.
moderately
You know a trap when
successful,
you see one, right?
so
Men
I
are
stick along
hiding
and
on the
ruin it.
rooftops.
Nothing doing, Simon. I can take them all. I've never seen Dampier like this. I want to add her to my collection.
But the same goes for
Good.
like anyone who's
You
seen
can
as
get
even
me.
remotely sort of trustworthy. You know, they're at their approach to do adverts, and you know, there's something really sad about seeing, like, you know, comedians, you know, people who are trusted to kind of tell the funny truth about society in many cases, doing advertising, you know, for insurance and all this sort of thing, hotels, for example. Lenny Henry, I'm looking at you. Yeah. I'm not gonna be lazy and say money is at the heart of all things going wrong, but
Rain, it's
But
not
the-
worth it.
They're on my turf, and I'm not liking it.
the machine definitely takes values like trustworthiness and virtues and turns them into something
Still
that's
hiding
a
behind
commodity,
your
doesn't it?
chumps?
What can
Or,
I
you know,
say?
moderately
They're very
successful
loyal,
video
my
games.
boy.
This needs to have a movie.
So many of them.
Keep her from the Kestrel!
Ah, damn it,
Devil
Kestrel.
made me do it, motherfucker.
Kestrel is just... Yeah, Ren needs to feed... Oh! This boss is so difficult. Johnny Vegas and Monkey. Yeah, exactly. Monkey! Monkey! Yeah,
Well, that's a wash.
selling PG
Looks like
tits.
I missed all the action.
Goodness sake.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain.
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have.
Like, there must be... I mean, but then again, this is something about sometimes games from this era, is that occasionally the mechanics aren't... I'm trying not to make it sound as though I'm blaming, blaming the game for me being unable to get past the boss, and I'm not.
Kind of stings, huh?
But sometimes they'll have this idea of how they want you to fight that's not really easily, the animations loading or the way the camera is in particular in the early 2000s would get in the way of actual, meaningful progression in gameplay. Or rather, I suppose, elegant gameplay. Gameplay that's not just button mashing. I don't want to just be button mashing, but I'm kind of resorting to it to get through some of this stuff. Crowbar. Crowbar to the groin. I need to get me some blood. Give me blood.
Oh, fuck this!
Rip me open, man!
I like their goggles. They're quite... There's definitely a better looking level than the opening level of this game.
Yeah, I can go all night now. What else you got? Why don't you come down here and try some yourself?
If you were saying that, you wouldn't be wrong.
Want to, but too much else to do.
Yeah, the thing is, money also does
Rain,
good
don't
things.
go.
That's the thing,
You know a
isn't
trap
it?
when you see one,
It
right? A
it
man
can
hiding
be...
on the rooftops.
Nothing doing, Severin. I can take them all. I've never seen Dampier like this.
Oh, nice. Her
I
lips
wanna add it to my
move
collection.
as she's talking. That's pretty good for a game of this
Good.
era.
You come get me.
Money, for example, can help you find contentment. I don't think people should be pursuing happiness, as it were. Happiness is an emotion that happens every now and then. You can't be permanently happy. If you are, then you're either on something, some sort of powerful drug, or you, or you don't really actually, unfortunately, know what happiness is. So I think money can help you to find contentment. To for example, spend the time between Christmas, New Year, and into January sorting your house and finding little solutions for making your life easier.
Rain,
Definitely.
it's not worth it.
They're on my turf.
And that's why I don't want to. Why I wouldn't want to just say, it's all money's fault. It's people. That's the problem, and a certain type of person.
Still hiding behind your chumps?
What can I say?
Hey, sailor.
They're
Need
very
a
loyal,
ride?
my boy.
Right.
And there's
Blood.
so many of them.
Keep her from the Kestrel!
Yeah, keep her from the Kestrel. That's fair enough.
I think she broke something.
Right, I'm gonna get more blood from him if I can. Use him as a meat shield. Just keep on jumping around her and slashing, I think.
Okay, now we move to the lightning round.
What does that even mean? Now we move to the lightning round. Yeah, I think this is definitely a way of doing this. Is just to constantly be moving.
And that's gonna heal plenty.
No, jump. But you see, there you go. So you have animation. The whole animation, though, of her being hit completely ruins the rhythm. And in the meanwhile, meantime, the boss gets another couple of hits in.
Gotta go now, pretty. But we deal with you later, okay?
Get back here, you coward. I'm not finished with you yet.
Let it go.
Those Kestrels are the ones running the show.
Then you're bound to see them again. We've got a situation on the streets. Police have arrived and they're getting massacred. Goons are shutting down operations here and moving out.
You could say the gun doesn't kill person, the person does. But I would also say that ready access to guns increases the likelihood that people will get shot. You know, I think that's undeniable. But then again, I don't want to get into a gun debate, because depending on where you live in the world, it's seen as incredibly important to be able to have guns. So that's, you know, that's fine. But also, as well, at the same time, I guess a lack of money or too much money increases the likelihood that you're going to be affected by that. By that want or that greed. Oh, come on! What a completely terrible checkpoint.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast.
Really
Rain,
mean.
I think you might want...
Too bad, pretty. Would have been a pretty...
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have. You should run. It won't help, but it might make you feel better.
No. Right. Let's kick the things out of the hands.
Oh, fuck this!
Is there no end to her cruelty?
If I'm not careful, I'm not going to be able to make it beyond this checkpoint in this session.
Don't make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
But you think, you know, getting beyond that boss section would be a checkpoint, wouldn't you? Oh, I need life. I need blood. Blood. Give me blood. Yes. Oh. Eesh. Rain needs to feed. Rain really does need to feed. Hello, Mateo. Hello. I'm doing well, thank you. We were just having a deep and meaningful conversation about the way that money is a force for good and ill, and in this instance, greed meant that two terrible films were made based on this computer game.
Feeding time. Oh, I've got rage I never even dreamed of before. Hey, that's not gonna help you.
Come on, blood. Thank you. Yay! I filled up my blood meter.
What else you got? Why don't you come down here and try some yourself?
Want to, but too much else to do.
Rain, don't go. You know a trap when you see one, right? Her men are hiding on the rooftops.
Nothing doing, Severin. I can take them all. I've never seen Dampier like this. I want to add her to my collection.
Yes. Good. You come
I would also like to add her to my collection if the game would let me. It would acknowledge that I've beaten her, and then stop putting me back at that terrible checkpoint. I'm liking the aesthetic. Again, I've sort of commented on this in contrast to the first level. Actually, just on its own, it's quite a nice sort of... It feels a little bit like it could be happening in the same city as The Crow, you know? Quite cool.
Tricky.
Unrelated, but I find it funny how Dennis
Rain,
Hopper
it's
said
not worth it.
They're on my turf, and I'm
his
not
worst
liking
movie
it.
was The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and then he went on to star in the god-awful piece of trash that is Super Mario Brothers movie. Yes, absolutely. Yep. And you know what? As I remember as a child that movie coming
Still
out.
hiding behind your chumps.
What can I say?
Especially
Think
the
I'm loyal, my boy.
the soundtrack,
And
you know,
there's so many of them.
it was undeniably catchy, and if you didn't know too much about Mario, and at the time,
It's almost not
it was,
fair.
you know, what was there to know about Mario beyond certain simple facts? Oh, she's gonna get me. She's gonna get me. Definitely need. Yeah. Such a rubbishy checkpoint. Well, you know, the was it open the door, get on the floor.
Well, that's a
Everybody
wash.
wants that
Looks like I missed all the
dinosaur.
action.
That was
No
brilliant.
way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I think you might want...
Right.
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have.
I mean, the one positive is I'm going to get better and better at this section, I guess. That is a positive.
Bitch took me down.
Yeah, mule. Yeah.
Some of the contextual audio is quite good, actually. The dialogue. Some of it is
the best workout.
super cringe.
How much more you can take? Oh, you just picked the wrong girl to hassle, all.
How are you doing, Mateo? Hopefully you're okay. Okay, is that everyone dead? Yep.
What else you got? Why don't you come down here and try some yourself?
Want to, but too much else to do.
Love how it had bugger all to do
Rain,
with the
don't
game
go.
except
You know
Mario
trap
was
when
in
you
it.
see one, right?
I mean, it
They're
opens
hiding
up
on the
with
rooftops.
Bob Hoskins
Nothing
telling
doing,
others about
Severin.
us
I
about
can take 'em all.
dinosaurs.
I've never seen Dampier like this.
Yeah,
I
but
wanna
also
add to my
at the
collection.
same time, dinosaurs were the.
Yes.
It was a
Good.
film made
You
with a
come
very
get me.
different philosophy, wasn't it? This idea of what's in right now. What do the kids like, or what do they want to see? And you know, dinosaurs. In the 90s was basically the decade of the dinosaur, wasn't it? And also as well, I guess. So, for example, I did like the concept of the fungus, the king
Watch the
becoming
step.
fungus that's infesting the whole
Tricky.
of
Rain,
that
it's not worth
dimension.
it.
They're on my turf, and
I
I'm
thought
not
that was
liking it.
really quite clever, actually. That said, though, I mean, I
Still
don't
hiding
know if
behind
it's
your
still in the
chumps?
works, but there's a Mario game,
They're
isn't there?
very loyal, my boys.
Digital animated
there's
Mario
so
game in the
many
works,
of them.
and hopefully it will be much more identifiably, you know, connected with the world of Mario as we know and love it. But there was some good stuff in it, you know, sort of some interesting
Hell yeah,
ideas.
Queen Bad
Good stuff
Master.
is too strong, really. Jump out the way.
That's gonna heal.
Jump out the way.
Feeding time.
Yes, there we go.
Oops, that for me. Gotta go now, pretty. But we deal with you later, okay?
Exactly, yeah. It came out because I wasn't sure if it was
Get back here, you coward! I'm not
just
finished
before or
with you
just
yet.
after Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park
Gotta
was
go,
in
Rain.
Those
was in
Kestrels are the
Hollywood's
ones running the
bloodstream,
show.
you know?
Then you're bound to see them again.
Um,
We've got a situation on the streets. Police have arrived and they're getting massacred. Goons are shutting down operations here and moving out.
so yeah, so the dinosaur thing, and also if someone said to you, what is a Yoshi or a Yoshi? And they said, well, it's kind of like a dinosaur. That's going to be, for in the writer's room, that's going to be a biggie that they're going to hold on to, isn't it? You can scarcely resist that, I imagine. I've only got so much blood. Is there any more blood? Anyone else I can... No. I don't want to go back to that checkpoint again. Okay. Well, just get good now. Get good.
The blood bank.
Okay.
Not today!
There we go. Woohoo! Ooh, blimey. Speaking of which, my wife loves Charles Martinet's Super Mario voice. It's me, Mario. Oh, come on, Rain. Where are we heading to? Destroy the radio tower to proceed. Which is... Where is the radio tower? Is it up there? No, that is going to keep on hurting me. Oh, that's quite a cool move. That's good to know about. How can we get up there, I wonder? So if we climb, jump off. We see radio tower around here? I can see, normally the objectives are sort of great big green BloodRayne symbols, you know? You can tell they had teenage boys in mind when they designed some of Rayne's animations. Yeah, yeah, climbing the poles, as it were, very, very Stripper Club at times, isn't it? Evening, Mark. Can't hear you as I'm watching TV with my fiance, but I hope everything's okay. Looks like you finally got past this fight you were stuck on. Just. Only just, but the checkpoint is brutal, so... Actually, hang on. Oh, did Mateo... Oh, bye, Mateo. Take care. Sorry I missed you there. Oh, hang on. Let me just type in the chat. Now, where did the game go? Where did it go? Oh no. No way. No! No! Oh, so the game isn't played in isn't in a window. The game isn't. Oh no! I thought it was going to be in a window, and I could just click on chat and it would just be waiting for you. But apparently not. It just. Well, hopefully this is entertaining at least. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah.
Very creative, Rain.
Yeah, well, I try.
We're picking up heavy activity over at an old meatpacking plant called BloodRayne's Meats.
Sounds delicious.
Just get over there and see what you can find out.
That sucks. That so much sucks. Because that sucks. So what? How is the game? Cause how? How is it being played then? If it's not in a, if it's not window, then it's not in a. It's also not in a full screen. It doesn't. It's not like it's minimized as the program minimizes when you go.
My kind of town.
Yeah.
Except for all the vampires.
Except for the vampires. What about all of the?
Did you even see that coming?
Or are these vampires? I suppose they were talking about blood bags before.
Oh, you didn't need that, did you?
Oh. Yep, it's also reset my controllers as well. That's annoying. Gamepad controls, target lock. There we go. I mean, it's a good and it's a good and stable port of the game. That's not particularly stable, but it's definitely not completely polished as a Windows 10 experience. Unfortunately.
What happens to all these blood sacks when they get to wet works anyway? What happened to the other guys?
They were beat, knocked off early.
There we go.
Man, this place is a hellhole. You ain't lying, but sweet Jesus, what the hell?
Oh, why's it gotta be like that?
Nice. Wow, the drinking noises are quite evocative, aren't they?
What? Pow! God bless, that's fun.
Is that meant to be a vampire version of Goddamn? That's fun.
That old building is about to fall apart.
Maybe.
Here's another one. Come on, slackers. Kestrel say we missed.
Life is a really good decade for media. It was pretty good, wasn't it? I think the 80s was probably an even better decade for film. Yeah, the very fact that I think I was born the same year the Terminator came out. That's cool. Aliens and so many other cool films that I can't quite think of because I'm trying to get back to where I was in this game. Right. Oh, for crying out loud, Rain! Just jump on the platform. Just do some platforming for me. There we go. You're meant to be a dump here, an impressive acrobat type person. No, that's not reaching any of them. I can't shoot at them for some reason.
Damn, I'm in love.
You gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
Alright, I need blood from you, sir. Come here. Thank you.
Oh, Mistress Farrell's
Yes, Jurassic Park in the 90s. Speaking of The Crow, The Crow. Obviously that was a 90s movie. Yeah. Fight Club.
Looks like an entrance to Ray's Meats. There's a
Ending
truckload of idiots screwing around with an old garbage
ending the
truck picture.
century
It looks
on
like
a-
it's blocking the entrance.
Well, you're going to have to find a way to get past it.
Culturally significant high.
It's already smoking.
What? Fine. That's very annoying. Falling Down, yes, yep. Pulp Fiction, Seven, absolutely. Fear and Loathing, yes. Oh, yeah, the 90s were good. The 90s were good.
Careful in there, Rain. That old building is about to fall apart.
Wow, she's slick.
So actually, this is a checkpoint. From where we started the level to here, this is quite a generous little checkpoint, actually. But then the checkpoint... Sorry, I should... It's unbecoming of you to moan so much, Mark. Stop moaning. Just play the game.
Fly, be free.
There we go. Yes, I've got Crow on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray edition's pretty good, actually. It's essentially a transfer of the collector's edition DVD. I don't think there's any new content in there, but it's nice and crisp, which is good. Oh shoot! But yes, I don't need much of an excuse to go back and watch The Crow. Having finally watched it a few years ago now, and had my mind thoroughly blown. It was like, especially the opening shot of the city. It's like Tim Burton's Gotham City. You know, the sort of model version of a city that then becomes our policeman looking out the window smoking a cigarette. It was like, you know, it has that sort of technique, but very, you know, very grown-up story, and also actually quite heartwarming. And the tragic combination of obviously what happened in real life with Brandon Lee and what the tone
Looks like
of
an
the film
entrance to Ray Ray's meats. There's a
just,
truckload of idiots screwing around with an old garbage truck crusher.
you know,
It
it's
looks like
nigh
it's
on
blocking the
sacred.
entrance.
You know, I can't believe that
Well,
they're
find a way to
talking
get
about
past it.
remaking the film. Yeah, exactly. Careful, that building's about to... Oh. Okay. Right, hold B4, it says. Now, B4, presumably... Let's see what it says B4 is. Because, again, for some reason, they haven't optimized it so it recognizes the fairly standard button combination of an Xbox One or PC controller. So, B4 is blade attack, so hold B4, I guess, as I come down. So let's give it a go. So hold,
Damn.
and then their heads come off.
Slow.
There we go. That's good. I thought you had to sort of slash them each one as you come down, but just hold the blades out. Right, I need blood. I need blood.
Yeah, mule.
Nice. So is it four of these guys we can get in the dump truck?
Oh, I've got rage I never even dreamed of before.
Oh, it's like a rage meter. There we go. Now we can proceed.
That's it. You can get to the main loading docks through the hallway. Watch your step.
I can't believe I minimized the game. Obviously, Beck can't hear me, but you know, I'm blaming you, Beck, for that.
Well, that's a wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast.
Oh,
Rain,
interesting.
I think you might want...
Ice Cream Man.
That pretty. Would have
Never
been
heard
a
of
pretty
it.
mess you made.
Was Killer
hold that
Killer
thought.
Clowns from Outer
This
Space?
mess
Was
is
that the
just getting
90s film? Or was that 80s?
You talk big.
I,
You wanna talk big to my boys?
Can't remember.
I'll
It feels like it could be either, actually.
And it was a surprise
Back up.
party. You guys shouldn't have. How much more you think you can take?
think it was 80s. Yeah. Probably was 80s.
Oh, you just picked the wrong girl to hassle, is all.
Oh, speaking of which, Carpenter movies in the 80s. Well, I suppose 70s and 80s, but... Also, increasing VHS accessibility of movies. So, you know, the access to Dawn of the Dead. Absolutely crucial. Oh, come on! Right.
Hell yeah, Queen Bassmaster.
I need blood, but I need people who don't have weapons
Feeding
in
time.
order to be able to get blood from them. Right, there we go. Oh, ouch. Ouchie wouchie. Rain does need to feed, I know.
Yeah, here's one.
Blew myself up by kicking a blow-upable thing. 88, yeah. See what I mean? They had that sort of, it had that, yeah, late 80s,
Well, that's a wash.
early 90s crossover type feel to it.
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't.
I think she broke something.
Yeah, the getting hit animation just breaks all of the flow.
You rip me open, man.
There's not really like a dodge button, so you can jump around and dodge. Just suppose I should be doing more of. But you can only jump around and dodge one selected individual. So, I suppose what I'm saying is, old game feels old. Oh my goodness me!
Need me a little something, something.
Fucking bitch took me down.
The best parts of it for me was when he could do those pies boys. Yes.
Well, that's a wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
It's a strange one.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast.
Speaking of
Rain, I think
strange,
you might-
I rewatched
Too bad, pretty. Would have been a pretty mess, you.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind the other day,
And it was a surprise
and
party.
that's a film that I think I didn't see beyond a certain point because I didn't remember the ending at all. But it was on Netflix and I watched it, you know, a couple of days ago actually with my wife, and she also didn't remember the ending. And we came to the conclusion that it's because we were so freaked out by Jonathan Dreyfuss's... Is it Jonathan Dreyfuss? The protagonist's descent into obsession over carving that mountain, that we just couldn't continue watching it as, you know, as kids. And it's a film actually that as a grown-up you sort of think doesn't really have an ending. It poses lots of questions, which I think is okay. But something that occurred to me is that in my mind I had clearly merged that film with E.T. because I thought at the beginning of Close Encounters there was a D&D scene, but no, that's at the beginning. That's in E.T. Where the older kids are playing D&D. and not letting the younger brother get involved.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the bloodbath.
Oh, come on. I don't know what's happening to me. What's happening to me? Am I talking too much? Is that it?
Well, that's a wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I think you might want...
Yes. Yeah, the intro was one of the highlights,
Would have been a
definitely.
pretty mess you made.
Actually, yeah, soundtracks were good
And
as
it
well,
was a
I
surprise
think.
party. You guys shouldn't have.
Goodness gracious me. It's all fuel though, all of this annoyance is all leading to me finally progressing in this portion of the game. It'll be fine. It'll just make the victory all the more interesting and satisfying when we get there. Oh, come on! I'm very annoyed. It's better than the 2017
Well,
Mum
that's
and
a
Dad,
wash. Looks like I missed all the
which just
action.
ends halfway through
No
one of
way.
Nick
They
Cage's
couldn't have gotten up
lines.
that fast.
Really?
Rain, I think you might want...
Blimey. Oh, this is
Surprise party.
This is
You
annoying
guys
me.
Shouldn't have.
You ripped me open, man!
Should have kept blocking, kid.
Do it, do it!
Did you hear it crack? I was trying to crack it.
Nice, just threw the guy into the petrol storage, or the gas storage, and it blew up. Yes, Rain needs to feed. I know she needs to feed, but she's surrounded by people with weapons. And that happens. I've got a tiny life bar.
What else you got? Why
Rubbish.
don't you come down here and try some yourself?
Rubbish.
Want to, but too much.
Yeah, whatever.
Rain, don't go. You know a trap when you see one, right? Her men are hiding in the rooftops.
Nothing doing, Severin.
Is
I
there
can take
anything
them
back
all.
here?
I've never seen Dampier like this. I want to add her to my
No,
collection.
it's just an invisible wall. Okay.
Yes, good. You come get me.
Feeding time.
I've been playing for an hour and I've made no progress. It's not for want of trying, and I am enjoying myself. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, this
Watch the step.
this checkpoint.
Tricky up here.
Rain, it's not worth it.
They're on my turf and I'm not liking it.
Her turf. She's just arrived in the city.
Still hiding behind your
What's she
chumps?
talking about?
What can I say? They very very loyal, my boy.
There we go, blood,
There's
yes.
so many of them.
Keep her from the Kestrel!
Back off, man! Oh, no, no. Ah! Ah! She's the one boss I can't beat the first time on this game. I did beat her. Then I minimized the window, lost the game,
Oh,
and it
that's a
insisted
wash.
on
Looks like I missed
starting
all
Oh,
me
the
from the
action.
beginning of the level again.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I
I am
think you might...
disheartened. My morale has been broken. That's the evil forces at work in
And
this
it was
game,
a surprise party.
breaking my
You
morale.
guys shouldn't have. The devil made me do it, motherfucker. You impressed? I sure am.
Right, blood. Okay, this is a guy I can suck blood from.
Hey, I wanna talk to you.
Yeah. I've been spoiled by the Arkham games, that's what it is. Completely spoiled. Give me blood, give me blood! Come off it! Oh. Nope, nope. I didn't see a crowbar there, sorry.
I'll be seeing you real soon, friend.
Ah, fuck this!
A little bit of blood, a little bit
What
of
else
blood.
you got? Why don't you come down here and try some yourself?
Want to, but too
Yeah.
much else to do.
It's a
Rain,
cheap
don't
move.
Go. You know a trap when you see one, right? Her men are hiding on the rooftops.
Nothing doing, Severin. I can take them all. I've never seen Dampier like this.
Yes, you
Don't
have,
wanna
Rain.
add to my
You've seen vampire like this several times this evening, actually.
Good. You come get me.
What it's worth, I'm still enjoying the atmosphere of it. I just want to progress the game. Well then, Mark, don't lose, don't
Watch
die.
the step.
Just,
Tricky,
beat
tricky.
the boss. Be better.
Rain, it's not worth it.
Do
They're
better.
on my turf, and I'm not liking it.
Get good. Get good. Right.
Still hiding behind your chumps?
What can
Feeding
I say?
time.
They're very loyal, my boys. And there's so
Oh my
many
goodness,
of
great.
them.
No, no, she's gonna.
From the Kestrel!
Well, that's a wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I think you might...
And it was a surprise party. You guys shouldn't have.
Ah, you little shit. Right.
Cool. Did you win the big pink bear?
Right, so they've dropped their weapons, I can get some blood from him.
New curfew in effect, bitch.
new curfew in effect.
You're a keeper, ain't you?
Is there no end to her?
Ah!
Oh, fuck! Not today! This ain't working.
Molotov cocktail.
What else you got?
That's better.
Why don't you
That's a
come
little
down
bit
here and
better.
try some yourself?
Want
The checkpoints
to,
are
but
brutal.
too much else to do.
Although, as I say, there's a really
Rain, don't go. You know
brief
what's when you see one, right? Her men are hiding on the rooftops.
Nothing
checkpoint
doing,
a little
Severin.
bit
I can
earlier
take
in this
them
level,
all.
and then
I've
this
never
one is just
seen
a
Dampier like this. I want to add it
son
to
of
my
a gun.
collection.
I'm sorry, but what is her voice? The
Come
evil
get
one.
me.
This is really weird. Oh, the good. Yes, good. You can get me. Oddly enough, she's similar to the voice of the evil entity in the Part.2, which is a terrible sort of point-and-click adventure horror game that I recently played around in and around Halloween, and they had this sort of well, actually, they had people who really should have known better. They had people who clearly had a development studio, or certainly employed
Watch the
people
step.
primarily from the southeast,
Tricky, tricky.
so sort of London
Rain, it's
way.
not worth it.
They're on my turf, and I'm not
Um,
liking it.
Doing all of the voices. So people trying to sound like, oh, hello, I'm from there, I must be from the southwest because I am a farmer, that kind of thing. But then you had the baddie, sort of, the witch entity,
Still hiding behind your chumps?
What can I
just
say?
doing that
Hell
voice
yeah,
basically,
Little
fast
my
boy.
saying
brother.
evil things, nasty things.
Keep her from the Kestrel!
Blood. Oh, don't. Right, you drop your blooming baseball bat. Drop your baseball bat, you... There we go. Am I meant to be superhuman or not? You know? Right, come here. I want your blood. Oh, she's just so...
Get up. We aren't done.
Urgh! The animations are so... They took forever!
Time.
No, she's gonna... Laura Bailey voices Rain. Oh, okay,
Well,
that's
a
cool.
wash. Looks like I missed all the action.
Okay, I suppose I can hear it.
No way. They
Yeah.
couldn't have gotten up that fast.
It is
Rain,
good
I
voice
think you
acting.
might
Some of the delivery's a little bit odd.
Would have been a pretty mess you made.
This is killing me. This is
Yeah?
just...
Hold that thought. This mess is just...
I'm going insane.
Get her!
and it was
I'm
a
bearing in
surprise
mind-
party. You guys shouldn't have.
I'm coming off a night with that
I got
the
a
aforementioned
million
issue with the dog, where I only had a few hours sleep. So I really do feel as though I'm going a little bit crazy. If I can't get past it this time, I'm just going to have to call it a night, I think. But I will give it an honest to goodness effort, and that begins by leaving this area with a decent amount of blood in my gauge. Oh, he's got no arms. He's running away. Ha 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 ha. Oh, he died. Oh. Stop jumping on people with weapons, Rain. You get hit in the crotch if you do that.
Feeding
And it's
time.
not fun. You know it's not fun.
I'm gonna peel you slow.
Heal me slow, blimey.
Fly, B3.
Right, I need blood, I need blood. You get up. Give me blood. You give me blood, please.
Blood sky.
You give me blood. Oh! But yeah, the I've been hitting the back. I've been hitting the back. Animation, it just takes so long. And yet they're allowed to keep on hitting you in the back. Ugh. Causing you blood rage. Okay, that's a good idea. Yes, I will on the boss, yeah. See if we can get some more blood from this guy. Come here, I want your blood, not let's pick up line. No.
What else you got? Why don't you come down here and try
Oh,
some
no,
yourself?
it depends on, you know, I've known
Want to, but too much else to do.
I've known a couple of people who that would work for, I think.
Rain, don't go. You know a trap when you see one, right? Her men are hiding on the rooftops.
Nothing doing, Severin. I can take them all. I've never seen Dampier like this. I want to add her to my collection.
Yes. It's
Good.
all very impressive until you get killed for the umpteenth time.
Watch the step. Tricky up here.
Tricky
Rain,
up
it's
here.
not worth it.
They're on my turf, and I'm not liking it. Still hiding behind your chumps?
What can I say?
Okay, blood
They're
rage.
very loyal, my boys. And there's so many of them.
God.
Keep her from the Kestrel.
Oh, you just picked the wrong girl to hassle, all.
Rip me open, man.
Okay, get away from the other guys now. I can get some blood from him.
Damn, I'm a couple of quarts low.
Arrgh!
Fucking bitch took me down.
Shut up. No, don't let it hit me, don't let it hit me! Ah! That's very annoying.
Well, that's a wash.
I can't
Looks like
keep
missed
I
all
can't
the
keep
action.
doing this. I just can't.
No way. They couldn't have gotten up that fast. Rain, I think you might...
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something that I don't often do on these live streams. I'm gonna quit this game. I'm gonna quickly play something else, just to give me a bit more of I don't know. Just to reassure myself, I can actually play computer games. Tomato Jones. This is quite good fun. Is it not going to work? An error occurred with Tomato Jones. Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame. Sydney Hunter, the Curse of the Mayan. Shall we try that? Let's try a little bit of Sydney Hunter. Ah, just a little bit. And then I'm afraid it's going to be bedtime. So press start. Just shake that off. Get that out of my system. Go for empty. Empty. B confirmed. And M-A-C. Yeah, cool. Done. Here we go. What is Tomato Jones, can I ask? Tomato Jones is a 3D platformer where you play as a tomato, who's got inertia and like a blobby movement that you have to sort of combat and not almost drip off the side of stuff. It's fun. It's good fun. Well worth giving a go. Oh, Sydney. Oh. Without hesitation, Sydney rushed to the top of the pyramid. Stepped inside and was trapped. Lost Mayan temple with what I do believe is an Aztec calendar above it. But that's okay. That's okay. Oh, he's talking in pictographs to me. Pictoglyphs. Petroglyphs? No, petroglyphs are large Nazca lines, etc. Itza. That's it. This feels good. A nice little bit of platforming. I'm not intending on going that far in this game. I'm just wanting to do something that's not BloodRayne for a second. just to reassure myself that I can actually play a computer game. Actually, you got me thinking there about Tomato Jones. Shall we go? I'm going way off script here. Shall we give that a go? Let's see if we can get Tomato Jones running, because it would be nice to share Tomato Jones. So play. Error occurred. Display error. Oh. Maybe there's an update that's required. Update paused. No, it's just not happy. I won't. I've got Tomato Jones 2 and 3 in the same package. I won't try and load them. They'll take forever while we're streaming. Play Tomato Jones. Update required. Oh, okay. Just a disk write error. Clearly, it's it must have corrupted. I'm gonna have to re-download that game, I guess. Oh well, that's a shame. Hey ho. But let's say, is there a video? Shall we see if there's some footage of people playing?
Welcome back, guys. Mr.
Just turn down the the volume there. This will give you a sense of the gameplay. So you're a tomato that kind of behaves. There's a game also on Switch, on the Wii, actually, where you were a blob of lead, going through different levels, and you sort of had this rolling and inertia that meant that you had to plan what you were doing very, very carefully. You know, the jump and the landing has a bit of a bounce to it. It's a good game. Okie dokie. Cool. Bedtime for me now. Couldn't take part in the chat more. Night all. Yeah. Good night, guys. It's been a slightly strange one today. Not being able to get too far in uh in the game of choice. But thank you guys for the chat. It has been fun. And oh, it looks like we're dropping a load of frames now as well. Okay, so the internet's dying as well. Okay, thank you guys for turning up. It has been fun. I've enjoyed the banter. And while we still have a little bit of internet, I will say good night. And until next time, do as ever take care. And hopefully next time we'll play some Tomato Jones, maybe. We'll give that a go.